Hi guys, a really important part of your onboarding process that we've been working through over the last few sessions is your one-on-ones. So by now you would have received a schedule of all of your reviews from your department manager and your team leader. So today we're just going to cover off a few really important things that you need to consider to ensure that you maximize the effectiveness of your one-on-ones and you get the most out of them. So the first thing, when you receive the schedule, make sure you schedule it in your diary because you don't want to miss one of your meetings. So preparation is key. The second part would be to ensure that you've received an agenda from your team leader. If you haven't received an agenda and that's maybe not something that's part of the process, then perhaps put one together so that you're really comfortable with what's going to be covered in each of your meetings, because one of the most important things for you to know is to know your numbers. Make sure you are comfortable with the reports that you're pulling from your software or your system, and get to know where to find that information and what your team leader wants to know from you, because going into prepared with your numbers will be able to ensure that there's a really efficient and effective meeting, because no one wants to meet for the sake of meeting and everybody likes a really quick, efficient meeting. Another thing that could be really useful in your one-on-one is to prepare what your wins for the month, quarter, perhaps 6-month period are, maybe what your challenges are and what you need help with. Remembering that if you do have some challenges, always come with a solution. So show some of that proactive approach and don't just say that there's problems. Come to the meeting with some solutions and some ideas around how you can potentially move forward from those challenges. You may also want to think about, especially if a 6-month or 12-month review, is some areas that you would like some extra training in, improvement or upskill, and making sure that your team leader is aware of that. They may have some suggestions, but you also might have some ideas around this. Remember what the aim of these one-on-one meetings are. It's your chance to identify what the blockages are and being really transparent with your team leader around these. Also identify your capacity, because if you're at capacity and they're asking more of you, this is your chance to say, stop, I need help. And it might be in areas around training, upskilling, technology. There's lots of different areas that we can help with around that space. Remember, the best opportunity you have for your one-on-one is how you add value to not just your role and the business, but also the client experience. Of course, making sure you've got your questions prepared in advance is really important. And last but not least, in every meeting that you go to, make sure you go prepared with a notebook and pen. It sounds really simple, but often overlooked because there's action items that are going to come out of each meeting. So take notes, know the action items, and make sure that you go back and do what is asked for you in order to follow up next meeting and tick the box on those items. Guys, this is your chance to step up and own this space, because these one-on-ones in your first 6 months probation is your opportunity to get feedback on how you're tracking with your role, areas that you need to improve on, but also how you are performing in the business. Don't forget all the takeaway items from today, guys. Good luck with your meetings, and remember, if you need to prepare for every meeting, check back into this video and rewatch it as many times as you need to.